Over the years, behind the scenes within the NHL have been some strained relationships, to put it mildly, meaning that, due to various actions and behaviors by certain players, these have made the surrounding environments less tolerable for others in result. In this video, we're going to be going over a few instances in which players weren't given the best treatment by their teammates for various reasons. And with that, here are 3 NHL players that bullied their own teammates. It's 2003, and the Kings selected Dustin Brown in the 2003 NHL entry draft. Brown, who enticed management with his strong work ethic and power forward-like tendencies, debuted for the 2003-2004 season. But also in the roster was Sean Avery himself, who had been traded from the Detroit Red Wings during the season before. Teammates or not, though, Avery began targeting Brown, who, regarding previous accounts, was a shy, soft-spoken teenager who was just trying to find his way as a person and as a player. And according to multiple sources, including an article from NBC Sports, which I'll link below, Brown began to open up about his altercations with Avery after he was traded to the New York Rangers, inside an article from Sports Illustrated detailing what happened. It reads, "Brown lisps, and has lisped for as long as he can remember, although the speech therapy that he went through as a 5th grader helped him learn to control it. But in dressing rooms, the lisp made him an easy target early in his career." Sean Avery, an occasional line mate of Brown's from 2003 to 2007, would insert the needle. Ian LaPierre, who also played with Brown during his rookie year, is quoted saying, "This was bullying, like you might see in high school." But unfortunately, Avery didn't stop there, and actually targeted Brown's girlfriend at the time as well, according to the article, as Avery didn't think she was, quote, "glamorous enough to be the girlfriend of a hockey player in Hollywood," end quote. And according to Nicole, his now wife, Brown withdrew from his teammates and was the last to come to the rink for a while. And when asked about the incident, Brown said, quote, "Maybe it affected me in ways I didn't realize," end quote. Therefore, knowing all of this and taking it into context, I think anyone that endured treatment such as this at the hands of another person would have some resentment to a degree, even if they aren't willing to admit it. In 2016, the Winnipeg Jets drafted 2nd overall pick Patrik Laine. Therefore, at this point, much of the attention shifted from the established veterans, such as Blake Wheeler and Mark Scheifele, to the 18-year-old whose shot release was the best spectators had seen since Alex Ovechkin's. Scheifele, who began receiving top-line minutes in 2016, had been consistently playing up to that point, with Wheeler on the first line, and according to the article referenced, had assisted on an astounding 58% of Scheifele's goals. By the time the 2019-2020 season rolled around, however, Scheifele was paired with Laine quite a bit. For Wheeler, however, the change of pace may have not been to his liking. After notching an impressive 91 points for 2 consecutive seasons, once his ice time went down, so did his point totals. And really, looking at this sequence of events here and putting it into perspective, everything else we're about to go over will all make total sense. So, longtime line mates Scheifele and Wheeler are split up, and instead of playing with Wheeler, Scheifele is paired with Laine for the 2019-2020 season. By the time Laine returns from the offseason, he's seemingly fed up with the culture in Winnipeg and requests a trade. So essentially, Laine is traded to Columbus in exchange for Pierre-Luc Dubois. However, it's after Laine's departure from Canada that we learned the real reason as to why he suddenly wanted out of Winnipeg. According to a Finnish source, which I'm not going to attempt to pronounce, Laine revealed that his desire for a new team stemmed from the treatment he endured at the hands of, you guessed it, Blake Wheeler. Laine claimed his teammate constantly bullied him, and that the head coach at the time, Paul Maurice, was too afraid to step in. The source stated that the reasoning behind it was due to Wheeler feeling threatened by Laine due to his ice time changes. Scheifele made the effort to tag team and join in regarding the harassment as well. Most of us are familiar with Akim due to the Bill Peters incident. However, unfortunately for him, it wasn't the only controversy that he would find himself in the middle of. Even though this part of his story doesn't exactly involve the NHL directly, it did involve a former first-round pick from 2005, Steve Downie. According to an article from Sportsnet, Aliu, who was embarking on his rookie year in the OHL, clashed with Downie, who was taking some extra time to hone his craft for the Flyers. The clash had to do with the hazing incident that we're not going to go into extreme detail on here, but the inhumane ritual was too much for Aliu to endure, according to the reference. Downie, according to one unnamed source, spat onto the locker room floor and demanded that Aliu clean it up. When he refused, Downie later on let him know he wasn't pleased. And it just so happened that during a Spitfire practice afterwards, that a TV reporter was there to capture part of the confrontation between the two teammates. What wasn't shown is what started the scuffle between them, as it was Downie who skated up to Aliu prior to the footage and hit him in the face unprovoked. For his part in the incident, Downie received a 5-game suspension by the league for his actions. Aliu was also given a 1-game suspension due to his retaliation.